So the second wine we're tasting in the Antiquum tasting kit is Aurous. It is a Pinot Gris from a different part of their vineyard. And this one has skin contact. So if you've watched any of the other skin contact videos, we've talked about how when people talk about orange wine, it really just is skin contact white grapes. Just like you make a red wine with skin contact, you can make a white wine with skin contact. And I don't know where the name orange wine came from. I don't know the history of that, although a lot of them do look orange, so that'd be my guess. But in this case, Pinot Gris tends to come out looking a little more pink than orange. And this only has 72 hours on the skin. So you can see that it is not super pink or super orange. It almost looks like a Provençal rosé. And that's because Pinot Gris is actually a slightly pink or gray grape rather than a truly white grape. So if you have no skin contact like we did when we tasted the first one, you will get just pure white or almost like kind of yellow. But if you have some skin contact, you'll get this kind of slight pink rather than orange. And skin contact is a super old way of wine preservation. So back in the day in Georgia, they would always do skin contact so that they would be able to preserve the wine. They didn't have the preservatives that we have nowadays. And with natural wine, we don't use preservatives either. So maybe tiny, tiny bits of sulfur sometimes. So it's an old way of preserving wine. So you get a lot more tannin, a lot more body, a lot more structure in the wine, and you can smell a lot darker fruit, more apricot, more ripe peach. Slight oxidation, definitely more apricot, more Georgia peach, more super ripe nectarine. Still have that minerality, still have a little bit of the stoniness, but it's a lot richer, a lot rounder in the mouth than the first Pinot Gris that we tasted from the Daisy Vineyard. This one is much more tannic as well, so it's coating my mouth, and then all the acid makes my mouth start to water again. Super delicious. This is definitely, I would say, more of a fall style white wine. It's a great introduction to skin contact wines or orange wines. Really, you could even do this maybe with a cheese course at the end of your meal or beginning of your meal, depending on when you prefer your cheese course. Traveling in Europe, you always get it at the end, and I'm always like, oh yes, I forgot about the cheese course. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content you're seeing, please do subscribe, comment below. I look forward very much to hearing what you think about this wine. And cheers.